The 2017 NFL season is almost upon us, and with every new year comes a new group of talent to override the NFL. We see it in both the defensive side and the offensive side that there are rookies that are exceptional their first year and make their mark in the NFL onto becoming great stars. So today, we're looking at the top 5 candidates for Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2017. Coming in at number 5 on our list, we have the defensive end from Stanford, Solomon Thomas. His 2016 stats, he had 61 tackles, 8.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. What I like about Solomon Thomas on the defensive end front, he's going over there to the San Francisco 49ers club. I do like what they're doing with that defense. We're actually going to talk about another 49er later on in this list. But what I've seen out of Solomon Thomas is that he's an explosive rusher. He could go down there and make some really great tackles when necessary. He's a good third down tackler. If there's ever a play that's 3rd and 4, he's able to stop the play and force it to a 4th down punt. He's explosive. The reason that he's number 5 and not number 1, because you're thinking, well, this guy was drafted number 3 overall. There was only one other defensive player ahead of him. Why would he be number 5? I have some concerns for him. I don't know if he's necessarily going to fit with the standard that is the 49ers defense right away. This is the 3rd defensive end that the San Francisco 49ers are drafting in the 1st round. But I have high hopes for him compared to the other gentlemen that were drafted before him. But in his time, he did do a lot. He just didn't show he didn't have enough experience behind him. You know, he had like 1 or 2 pretty good seasons. And then with his great combine led him to success to becoming the number 3 overall draft pick. So I do have decent expectations, but there's, I think, more people that I'm willing to give more of a chance for this number 1 spot. So I do like Solomon Thomas. He deserves the number 5 pick, but look out for some other guys, including the guy I'm about to talk about here. At number 4, we actually have Solomon Thomas's teammate, Reuben Foster. For his college career, he had 211 tackles and 7 sacks. Reuben Foster, I think, is going to be a steal for the San Francisco 49ers. He was projected to be a top 10 pick overall in the inside linebacker position. The guy had extreme talent coming from a team like Alabama, who is defensive-oriented. They are extremely well at creating schemes for great defensive players to be exceptional and get to the next level. And Reuben did just that in his last season. And then went to the combine, had a shoulder injury, yelled at a medical person on the combine, got some heat for that, and then the diluted urine sample. That wasn't really a good look for him, and that's why he fell all the way to the 31st pick this season in the 2017 NFL draft. But, man, if you look at this guy just on the field, he's an exceptional talent. He could go out there and make crazy good plays. Like, this guy could be a Brian Urlacher type linebacker. He's such a great player when it comes to seeing where the wide receivers are going to go. If he needs to stop that play, if he needs to make another huge adjustment on the field, he can do it in a second. He is so quick with his attitude and his on the field. His presence is going to be huge. And with Navarro Bowman as your teammate, as your other linebacker, that's a huge combo for a San Francisco 49ers team that had to draft 3rd overall this past season. That's going to be huge. I don't think they're going to make so many improvements, but I think they're going to be exceptionally better when it comes to their front 7 on the defensive end. So Reuben Foster makes this team a lot better on the defensive side, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do on the field this season. This is why he's number 4. He's got a lot more upside for me than Solomon Thomas. At number 3, we have one of my favorite players on this list, Malik Hooker, going to the Indianapolis Colts. His senior stats, he had 74 tackles, 7 interceptions for 181 return yards, and 3 touchdowns. This guy was explosive his senior year. That's basically what catapulted him to being a projected top 10 pick in the NFL draft. That's kind of how it goes in the last couple of seasons. If you have one really great season, you're going to stand out, but you're always going to be looked at as, can this guy prove it in the NFL? He only had one great season, but man, Malik Hooker, I think, is going to be an extraordinary talent. Let me tell you this. the fact that he was drafted 15th to the Indianapolis Colts, the Colts better be counting their blessings right now, because I for sure thought this man was going to be a top 10 pick along with my number 2 pick. But, I mean, it's crazy. This guy had a fantastic senior season for the Ohio State Buckeyes. So many returns, 7 interceptions for 181 return yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 pick sixes. That's great. And as a safety of his talent, the Indianapolis Colts really needed some defensive help. That's been their biggest issue for the last 5 years, ever since Andrew Luck got there. They had no defense to help this man. And a guy like Malik Hooker could easily help that defense in a certain way to become better and win a possible 2 or 3 more games with him being a strong safety. I mean, this guy is going to be an exceptional talent, and it was hard to pick him and the number 2 choice, but this guy's got a lot of talent. He's just got to show it in the NFL, and if he does what he did in his senior year, he has all the potential to be a defensive rookie of the year. So that's why he's number 3 on the list. I'm really looking forward to what I see out of this guy this season for the Colts. At number 2, we have Jamal Adams for the New York Jets. His college stats: he had 209 tackles, 2 sacks, 5 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. Jamal Adams and Malik Hooker, they were pretty close to having a debate for number 3 and number 2, but the reason I went with Jamal Adams at number 2 is what I saw out of the full line production of him in LSU. Just what I saw out of him was fantastic. I mean, LSU is basically meant for defensive players to make their stride and improve into getting a big-time spot in the NFL. We've seen multiple players from the defensive spot in the LSU become great stars. You see Tyrann Mathieu right now, although he did leave under controversial circumstances. He did play for LSU and got certainly better as a defensive player. Jamal Adams is a great safety. I love seeing the guy be explosive, going out there, making great plays, getting great defensive stops when necessary. He's going to be a big contributor to stopping third down conversions. The guy is extremely talented, and when you're over there in LSU, you got to prove as a defensive player that you are ready to go and you are going to become one of the best in the NFL. And I think Jamal Adams certainly has the potential. He's going to play for a New York Jets team that, let's be honest, is probably going to have the worst record in the league. As you see there, as he moves to the Jets, I think they're probably going to go 1-15 to 2-14. But having Jamal Adams there is probably going to make him shine even more. It's going to showcase his talents there. It's like, man, this was a standout player for a really crappy team. So that really could highlight him being a candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that's why he's number 2 on my list. I really like what I see out of this guy. Should be a standout player for the Jets. And to nobody's surprise, literally at all, the number 1 pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. His stats in college: he had 141 tackles, 31 sacks, 1 interception, and 7 forced fumbles. Myles Garrett is crazy good on the defensive line. Man, this man is explosive, and I really like the fact that he's getting drafted to the Cleveland Browns, and that's weird to say for anybody, but this team really did help themselves in the 2017 draft. They also drafted Jabril Peppers on the defensive side. He's going to probably play a lot of positions. They drafted David Njoku, who's going to be a great tight end for them. But, I mean, I just love what I saw out of Myles Garrett. I watch a lot of Texas A&M football. I watch more Texas A&M football than anybody else on this list. So I got to see more exposure to Myles Garrett and see all the potential just because I'm so close. But they were really hyping him up, and I watched a lot of games, and this guy is the real deal. He's going to have to shed the laziness tagline that he's given himself in the last year or so. But I think with him being such a great talent and him wanting to be such a great player, I don't think that's going to be an issue, especially in the NFL. When you get to college, you're playing against college-level talent. In the NFL, you're playing against the best players in the league, or in the entire world. So with Myles Garrett, I think he has all the potential to be a great number 1 choice for the Cleveland Browns, which is weird to say, very weird to say. But Myles Garrett, he's explosive, he's crazy good. He just has to shut off that lazy factor that has been given to him over the last year or so. And this guy could join Khalil Mack as one of the best defensive line players in the league. It'll certainly be interesting to see what Myles Garrett brings to us in 2017. But he's my number 1 choice for Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2017. So thank you guys for watching. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my top 5 candidates for Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2017. If you guys enjoyed the video, like it. Comment below your thoughts. Did I miss anybody? I know a lot of people were telling me I missed Gronk on my comeback players list. I do agree with that choice. I don't know about his injury. We'll have to see. We'll figure it out. But I put 5 other choices on there for different reasons. So go check that video out if you haven't. Subscribe to the Bottom Line View. We're over 3,100 subscribers. We really, really do appreciate the fan support that has been coming to the channel over the last couple of months. It's absolutely incredible to see you guys help the channel in so many ways. So we really do appreciate that. Stay tuned for a lot, and I mean a lot more NFL content on the way. It's going to be amazing. There's a lot of content when it comes to preseason. We're getting you ready for the 2017 NFL season, so stay tuned for that, and just keep looking forward to more Bottom Line View videos. For Dylan, peace.